Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Bridge Builders of Diversity, where we're bridging the gap between the disability community and the typical community. And today we're going to talk about self-care and the importance of that.
Right.
Would you like me to go first? Or
Well, you've got the definition, so
Okay.
let's start with the definition. I like that.
All right, this one is from the World Health Organization, which is WHO, defines self-care.
Who let the owl in? No, sorry. But I digress.
Kimmy had a screeching owl here the other day.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, so WHO, the World Health Organization, defines self-care as the ability of individual families and communities to promote health and cope with illness and disability with or without support of a health worker.
Okay, so like do it yourself care.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
All right. And, setting boundaries is a priority when you're going through something, and setting those boundaries are vitally important to an individual.
And that's something that a lot of caregivers struggle with, is setting boundaries, is saying not today or check with me later. So, attention caregivers, it's okay to set boundaries because you can't pour from an empty vessel.
Right. As the old saying is, you can't take care of others unless your glass is full, right?
Right.
It's critically important. So how do you support self-care?
Good question.
What do you do?
I have a list. And the first thing I do is I have a list. I just suffered a loss, and one of the things that gets me through every day is my list. And on the top of that list is walking the dog. Every day before I go to bed, the first item on my list is walk the dog. That gets me outside. It gets me caring for another creature other than myself, and it gets me moving. So, because according to the CDC, their number one top tip for self-care is exercise, daily movement, even if it's a 20-minute walk. And a 20-minute walk can get you outside in the fresh air. And that's one of the other steps to self-care, is being in nature, being outside, getting that direct sunlight, breathing fresh air. If you're able to get near a body of water, the negative ions from the water are also going to help to stimulate your regenerative parts of your brain. Also on the CDC's list is healthy food. It's really, really easy when you're upset to sit down with a bag of chips or M&Ms. And when I was just sharing with Sherry that one of my problems that I'm having is eating. Certain textures, certain flavors, certain things don't taste right to me. So I'm really, really choosy with what I eat, because I can be harming myself if I'm not cognizant of what I eat, because it's kind of limited right now. Right now, we're going to move forward. We're going to get through this. I will be able to eat M&Ms again, maybe. I don't know. There's nothing special about M&Ms, so M&M Mars don't come after me. It's just I looked at them the other day and I couldn't do it. So one of the things that they recommend is a rainbow diet. So add more colorful fruits and vegetables to your plate. Eat some oily fish, salmon or sardines. Get those omega-3s in. And if you don't like fish, flaxseed is a great source. And try to avoid eating too many calories. And real important, ask your doctor for a vitamin D supplement or fish oil. Vitamin D really aids in mental health, supporting your mental health and combating depression. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I am speaking from firsthand experience that making sure I take my vitamins every day and making sure that I'm making a healthy choice versus an easy choice when I eat, it's helping me to move forward.
And a natural way to get vitamin D is the sun.
The sun, because also on our list is to get out in nature.
Right.
So get some sunlight, get some fresh air. Again, I mentioned the negative ions from the ocean. And Another tip from the CDC website on self-care is your relationships. Maintain good relationships, especially as a caregiver, with others that can support you, even if it's just to go for that walk or get you out for a cup of coffee or spot you 5 minutes so that you can run and do an errand and feel comfortable. Also on their list, I really love this one, have fun. Try to do something fun. Find an enjoyable activity. Something I was just talking about with another family member is a hobby. Find something that you love and set time aside every day to do that. Whether it's going for that walk or if it's making something or reading or even if it's watching your favorite show. Find some time to feel pleasure, and that will also boost your serotonin levels. Get your brain feeling better. Another bullet point on the CDC website, and thank you CDC, this is a great encapsulated list, is religious and spiritual connections. I'm not going to advocate any one religion over another, but having a belief or a spirituality is very, very protective of your mental health. It's a good way to connect and support those relationships that are so important when you are caring for yourself. Another one, and this is one of my favorites because it's something that I found really, really helps me when I'm in a down place, is volunteering and service to others. So if I'm caring for someone else, like my dog or my grandchildren, I'm outside of myself. And it's seen as a virtue, but I'm not doing it for virtuous reasons. I'm doing it to help myself, really. It increases my connections and my feelings of health and positivity, and gets me out of that depression that I would love to just crawl into because it's so comfy and not challenging. But stepping outside of myself, playing with the grandkids is really, really helpful. And relaxation and stress management. This is something I'm terrible at, but the CDC recommends that you be mindful. Try to find time to meditate and be still. Mind-body practices such as yoga or Pilates are very valuable in a time of stress when you're prone to depression. You really have to take care of your mental health, especially if you're a caregiver. So we love you, and we're saying this out of love and kindness. This is not medical advice. Please, if you're feeling depressed, contact your healthcare provider and tell them that you need some resources for self-care, especially if you're taking care of an individual with disabilities. There may be resources available to you to provide respite so you can participate in a yoga class, a walking club, a book club, anything that brings you joy and will lift and elevate and fill you so that you can continue to be a caregiver.
Absolutely. And don't forget, I'm Sherry. I'm a mother of a child with Down syndrome, and this is Roberta.
And I'm a special education teacher. Together, we're bridge builders of diversity. We're bridging the gap between the disabled community and the typical population. And we love you. We would love to hear from you. You know what? I'd love if you would share your tips on self-care with us.
Yes.
Please drop a comment.
Comment below.
And you know what? Maybe we'll have a whole video where we just share your comments.
Oh,
Wouldn't that
cool.
be great? Yeah,
Yes.
this is a spur of the moment. I'm surprising Sherry. Surprise!
And please like our videos. That helps us get out into the YouTube
Share
universe.
them, especially this one, because I feel like this is so important. Things can seem really, really gloomy at times. Trust me, I know.
And anybody can go through.
Anybody at any time. Your life. That video that you did that was so good? Your life can change on a dime. Yeah. It can be going in one direction and suddenly take an immediate dogleg. And if you take good care of yourself, you're going to be able to get through it and adapt. I promise you.
There is light at the end of the tunnel.
There is. Always move forward.
Yes.
And we love you. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe.
Appreciate you guys.